Jumbo Mambo Familia Angu, uh, Mimini Eli-Ben-Eli. And I started to make this video, but my tablet was running out of energy, so I had to start over. Bear with me. trying to get myself completely situated. This is gonna be a messy looking video, but it's probably one of the more important videos I've ever made. You know, I started talking about something that I used to do when I was a young man, and I just become a lawyer. I used to go to bars. They call them topless bars. And what happens in a topless bar is that women dance either partially naked or completely naked for men, and it's usually men who are too stupid to have something good to do with their money, so they spend it on women. But I had a friend who did did something that I thought was kind of stupid. Let me stop at this point and say, my dear friends, if you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, please like and subscribe. It's very important. My channel is growing slowly, but it is growing. Allah be praised. And, just help me out and subscribe to the channel and like this video. But anyway, what happened in between me, him, and those women reminded me of something that I see. There are channels here on YouTube where people that are very, very poorly dressed approach shoppers that look like if they're well to do, and they ask them, please give me some money, I'm hungry, I have nothing. Or they say, please give me some of the groceries, some of the food stuff that you have, just anything, I'm hungry. The majority of those people tell them, get away from me, I don't have anything for you now, and leave me. One woman even screamed at this man, leave me alone, get away from me. uh, that reminds me of something that happened with me and a friend of mine who I started taking to those kind of places. And, it's like I'm a cynic. I don't believe in romance. And I think that, most people in this world will dig through the grave of their own mother for money. Okay, so I don't really have a lot of romance in me. But he thought that he fell in love with one of these dancers at one of these clubs that we used to go to. And I told him, don't be a fool. That woman isn't interested in you. She's interested in your money. Oh, no, I love her. She likes me. And he was ready to leave his wife, which he eventually did, by the way. Let you know early. I'm spoiling my story, but eventually he did. I remember telling him one day, I'm going to show you something. And he goes, what are you going to show me? I told him, watch what happens. Just follow my lead. We got to this bar, and all of these naked dancers came and sat with us. And because when we usually got there, we would buy them drinks and pay some of them to dance for us. And they figured, here are the two fools, let's go over and sit with them, which they did. And I, before he could say anything, I told these women, listen, we're sorry. Today, neither of us came with any money. And all of these women were like, oh, that doesn't matter. We like you guys, blah 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 blah. In less than 5 minutes, all of them got up and left. And I told them, you see, this is about money. This isn't about anything else. You know, going back to what I was talking about, there are channels in which people do something which I kind of do, and I'm not a rich person. I'm a old man. I don't work anymore. I'm not a rich person, but every now and then I watch a YouTube video or a YouTube channel, pardon me, and I see someone that I really think is worthy of respect and support. But before I do anything, before I give them $1, because a dollar is precious to me, I'm not a rich man. I always do something with those people. Okay, and I've done it with two people that I really, really, really liked. It's like you go to them on their channel or on Instagram, and you tell them, listen, I need some help from you. Can you do this or do that for me? Uh, One of them is probably the sweetest woman on YouTube. She's so nice, and she's building a house, and people just come to eat and at her house, and she's such a sweet person. I told her, listen, I didn't even offer to help her with anything. I just asked her, listen, can you help me? I don't really know YouTube that well. Please help me with my channel and everything. She had communicated with me in the past, never really said much, but she was cordial. The minute that I asked her to do something for me, the minute that I asked her to help me with my channel, not a sound, not a peep, not in nothing. She ignored me. Okay. There's another person on YouTube who, in Yabo said, a legend in his own mind. He goes around pretending that he's building for other people when what he's doing is glorifying himself. Always talking about how much he does for people and everything. Uh, I always looked at this person with respect because he is really helping people. But there's something that tells me that a person is a fraud and a scammer. They run around calling people mom and dad and my uncle and this, and you find out that these are people. One of them is an orphan, has no relationship with any of these people. But the minute that you send them a dollar or a few dollars, oh, you're his uncle, you're his dad, you're, and I went on his in his comments and I asked, will you help me with my channel? I'm gonna help you. I'm not a rich man, but I know a lot of people that have money, and I think that I can get them to help you do what you do. Will you help me with my channel? Not a sound, not a word. What am I trying to say? First of all, if you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, please do so. It's very important for me. But what am I trying to say here? This is it. All of these people are serpents, vipers, wolves, and hyenas. They are snakes. Don't trust them as far as you can throw them. Okay. Uh, uh, there's a recent story about an old lady who came to Nyabohansit, and apparently, A.M. Carroll, who I dearly love, I think she's a very wise woman. Everybody was talking about how this woman went back home and died like a week later or so. A.M. Carroll had a different view, and the view was that maybe some of these same people that I'm talking about were calling that old woman, begging her for donations, begging her for money, and you're my mama, you're my auntie, and everything. And all that they were trying to do, like wolves, like the serpents that they are, was to squeeze money out of this old lady. And maybe, just maybe, one of her children intervened and said, "No, she's dead. She's not gonna be able to give you any more money." I'm addressing these remarks that I'm about to make to older people. A lot of us who watch these channels about Nyabohanse are older people, a lot of women. Some are men, a lot of women. Do not trust any of these Nyabohanse devils. They are all scammers. They are all out to bleed you and take advantage of you and take everything that they can from you. Don't take this BS about, oh, you're my mama, you're my. Don't take it. How often do they actually show you their real mother? If they don't love their own mother enough to even go visit her or to show her, you are a stranger across the other side of the world. Why do you think they're going to be any better to you? These people are scammers, all of them. The nice ones with, you know, what is that phrase that some of them are using? Hasta la vista. Oh, they're so sweet and everything. Approach any of them and ask them to do something for you to help you. Then you will see the other side of their personalities. Okay? Somebody like Marwa, we know what Marwa is. There's no room for. He's the one who taught a lot of these people to indulge in this hypocrisy of, oh, my auntie, my mama, you're my mother. And these people are demons and devils. They don't give a good damn about anybody. Okay, they're basically looking to take. Let me tell you something about older people, older citizens, especially in the West. One of the things that is here in the West, one of the things that's very common is that older people are lonely. Their children grow up, have good jobs, have good homes, don't come around. People are lonely, okay, and they connect with somebody, one of these scammers and devils on YouTube, and this person it isn't only Nigerians that do this, by the way. They recognize that they're dealing with an older person. How do they know? Well, they look at their analytics. They talk to these people. They find out who the person is. Oh, you're my mother. Oh, you're my auntie. You're my this, and then they squeeze that person like an orange until they get every single dollar that they can out of them. That's all that they're about. Enjoy them, watch your channels, make your comments and everything, but don't give them one penny. These people are scammers. And let me tell you something. I want you to think about it. If you live in the West, if you live in America or in England, how many of you own a big piece of land? How many how many of you have custom built a house? Some of these devils are custom building houses. Okay? Some of these devils own large pieces of land. I used to be in the real estate business when I was a teenager. These are people that are called land rich and cash poor. They have a lot of land and they don't have a lot of cash. So, yeah, they need your cash, but these are not poor people. These are not poor people, trust me. They are what you would call the countryside landed gentry. Okay? Do they want to build houses on their land? Let them do what everybody else who has to buy a house or build a house does. Let them work for their own money. Let them quit begging. And I'm talking about people, I hate to say it, but I'm talking about people like, well, let me not figure out who I'm talking about, okay? I Somebody like my Huguenot, somebody like these people that are obviously wolves and hyenas, it's easier to tolerate them because they don't. You listen to someone like my Huguenot, and he's not pretending to be anything other than what he is. Same with Marwa. But these other people, oh my God, oh, this God is building this house, God is doing this. God. They are so full of I despise that kind of stuff. They're exploiting people's commitment to God. They're exploiting people's loneliness. A lot of these people that are watching them are people that are older. Their children aren't around. These are common devils. Okay, and again, if they are so loving of their mothers and my father, why don't they show the people that actually raise them? Why do they never go around them? And you know why they don't go around them? Because they don't really care that much. They care about people that are giving them money. All of you are aware of the incident that happened where one of these characters was running around, one of these devils was running around calling someone my dad, my father, and everybody thought that this man was so sincere and everything. It turned out that he was stealing money from the man. And I'm not mentioning any names, so anybody who gets offended, hey, you know, the dog that screams when you throw a rock into a pack of dogs is the dog that got hit. Maybe this isn't a very friendly video and every. Oh, by the way, let me finish telling you about those videos. A lot of the time, the man or woman who approaches these wealthy shoppers and is saying, "Please give me $1, anything." Usually, the poorest person that they approach will go ahead and reach out and give them $1. And this is the funny part. At that point, the beggar takes out and please look for these channels. Usually, the beggar will take out a roll of money and give them several times more money than they were offering to the beggar. And they say, "Well, we were just doing an experiment, and you're one of the few people who helped us here." They give them a bundle of money. There are a lot of you that are such scammers, God, this, and oh, I want to help my community. I want to pay. You're basically scammers. Hasta la vista, you're scammers. And there are blessings that would come to you if you weren't such frauds. If when people approach you and offered and asked you for their help, you didn't behave like the hyenas and wolves that you are, people would help you. But once they see the common devils you are, they go ahead and they decide that they're not gonna do crap for you. My friends, if you have watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Asante Asana to the mamas. Kwaheri.